start from here, right? Yeah. So we just opened the door. So this is the Grassland area. So Cloud have fled from Midgard and are going to the south of Midgard in the Grassland area. And they're staying in a town in a place called Calm. But Shinra have heard that the Avalanche are staying there, so are attacked and are escaping from Calm, which is here. So in terms of the Rebirth, game experience will start from here. So the world map characterizes is how we've shown. And in the previous promotion, the reason why we show this was that meaning. So this is the field. Wow. Wow. This is the field. Is this the field? What's this? So it's in this field that the world map, we have it as one space, and within that we have this grassland area and other areas, and within that area there's towns as well as dungeons that are in a seamless as a big world map. So it's like an open world. So it's like a very flexible, free world. So you're able to go through the lands which are connected, and you're able to feel directly the Final Fantasy Rebirth world. So if you actually live in this world, this is the kind of distance you have. So in this grassland area, it's only a part of this world area, and it's just a 2-kilometer area. So even if you explore this, it won't end.
It is so realistic. I was wondering how you're going to create this field, but we made it. Without making it, I think all the fans waiting for the remake will not be satisfied, so we made this happen. Fantastic. These areas, you have all the areas surrounding all the planet that is so beyond description. You'd like to go everywhere. Now they are ready to start, and in this title you can go various places of the world map as well as change party members as you'd like. This time I'd like to show you how you can switch various party members, and you can switch from the command pane. You don't have to use PHS. You don't need that from PHS. It's not necessary. So it's so modern. You can use smartphones to switch parties. And going back to the game, you can see the Billy's farm where we'd like to take a look at it. There will be encounters with enemies, yes. And in terms of the distance, about 1 kilometer or so, you will be walking in that direction. So I'd like to give some explanation. Walking along the road, and in front of you, you can see some enemies in front of you. So we'd like to explain battle system. This time, the battle system, we have a synergy system. There's a synergy ability and synergy skill. First, I'd like to start with a synergy skill. Crowd is utilizing the power from Aerith, and Tifa uses the magical power from Aerith and try to conduct a combination attack in the air, and you can just guard or charge the attack or combination attacks. These actions and technical synergy can be utilized. You do not have to use ATBs, so you can use this while ATB gauge is filling up. This is something different from the first title. You can see more technical aspect of the battle. You do not have to wander around while the ATB gauge fills up. Yes, you can use combination attacks. And the synergy skill, Crowd Aerith combination, and Aerith Tifa combination was shown, but we have every combination of every party member for that synergy skill, so please learn every combination and synergy skills as you'd like. You picked various items on the field. Yes, there are so many items on the field, and some of you have played this on a trial, but there's a crafting or item transmutation system is adopted, and you can pick some dropped items from the enemies and gather various items, and you can craft or transmute various items. You can use a potion By doing so, you can create various items, and when you become more mature, a defense gear or armor equipment, or you can reinstate your gears. And this can be used from the start to the end of the game. Please use this item transmutation or crafting function. Oh, it's something we saw in the previous titles at the time of Final Fantasy V or so. Many people love this kind of thing. That's true. Please pick everything on the field. And then I'd like to ask you to explore in the field. So there's so many wide field areas you can go down from here, yes, from the hill. And also you can climb up to the hill and mountains. There are so many field actions prepared for this title. Oh, you can move very freely. Compared to the previous title, there's more flexibility in movement. And also this, you can see some animals walking around. And also everybody loves this Shinra boxes. You can identify Shinra boxes. Everybody would like to slash off Shinra boxes, so please slash them off. In addition to that, as you are walking, there's a very small chocobo, and you can follow the chocobo. And he says, please follow me. And we can see some signposts. And when you fix this signpost at the game, you can use this as a fast travel point. And from the world perspective, this chocobo will be very delighted. He's so cute. And after fixing signpost, you can create trust with this chocobo, and you can give some reaction to this chocobo. So cute. And depending on the area, the reactions may vary. So please try it. And you can use this as a fast travel point as well as these benches. Oh, fantastic benches. But this is different. Oh? Oh, he's using cushion. And in the world map, so the benches are so old and dirty, so you need to use cushions. I think Cloud would like to use cushions when he'd like to sit on the bench. So you recover your life point, then we'd like to show you Red 13, give you some explanation of Red 13. Red 13 is designed for the near-range attackers. You can show various special moves close to enemies, and you can charge your ATB gauge to use a very powerful ATB. Excuse me. I'm going to use this. This is very powerful. It is very useful move, status trait. And Red 13 has another special one, that is the Vengeance gauge. When you protect or guard the attacks of enemies, you can charge Vengeance gauge. And when you feel that, you can go into the Vengeance mode with the special abilities you can use in that state. It's not that Red 13 can just go into the enemy's attack, but also you can guard the attacks from enemies. Then you can use very special mode Red 13, and you can do counter, and that is very refreshing. So Red 13 has been very differentiated from other characters, so please enjoy playing and using Red 13. Red 13, I'd like to play this character, which we could not use in the previous title, and many times were complained about that. Finally, we can use Red 13, and you can swim in the river. You can swim in the river or in the ocean, maybe legendary the submarine material. Not just swimming, you can climb up ropes, or you can use wire hooks. There are so many various world actions so that you can enjoy exploring the various places of the world. You can swim, and you have 260 meters to the destination. The field is so big. This time, as I mentioned earlier, this is something you can see. Cloud would like to rent a chocobo to the swamplands. So I think you can tell when you play the original version, you can see. So we are going to Chocobo Ranch. we are going to Chocobo Ranch so that we can go to the swamplands. Everybody loves Chocobo Ranch, and he's the Bill, Chocobo Bill. I will ignore him this time, but you can meet him here. Yes, just to show a glimpse of him. Now we are here. And we here would like to rent Chocobo so that we can go to swamplands. And in this title, Chocobo offers various characteristics. Some Chocobos can climb up a hill, or some Chocobo can fly in the sky, or some go over the water or sea at a very high speed. And you can use Chocobo to go various places. That is one of the uniqueness of this title. And this Billy, Chocobo Billy, when you play the last title, you should remember a Chocobo some, but there are people owning Chocobo or farming Chocobo is something we try to be detailed about in this title, and this Chocobo Billy is very important character in this title. I see. Yes, and now we are now trying to rent the Chocobo, but we were asked to catch a Chocobo who went away from the ranch. Now we are going to catch a Chocobo. In the original version, do you remember how we catch Chocobo? I think this was Chocobo and other monsters, and we should kill monsters other than Chocobo, right? Yes, that is correct. Yes, that reminded me. Yes, good memory. And in this title, how we are going to get Chocobo is something I'd like to show you and explain to you from now. Thank you. And she's Chloe, sister of Chocobo Billy. Now, after catching Chocobo, Chocobo Billy will tell you how to ride on the Chocobo. Now we are going to catch a Chocobo. In this title, as with the original version, you should follow track and footprints. That is the homage we've made. I remember that, yes. In the original version, that was some symbolic, but in this title, you can see the actual footprints here. It's so real, and you should follow and track these footprints of Chocobo. In the original version, we couldn't make it, but this is actually what's happening in the title. You should follow the Chocobo footprints in this manner, and as you walk in the world map, you can identify Chocobo footprints, and you can trace them back so that you can move forward, and then you can meet a bunch of Chocobo groups.
In the original. So yeah, we found Chocobo. So let's go and capture Chocobo. So how do you think that we're going to capture Chocobo in this one? Using a net? Using a net, right? So let's actually try it out. So how are we going to capture Chocobo? In this one, it's a Stylus mini-game for capturing the Chocobo. So in the Stylus mini-code, so that Chocobo doesn't realize, we are very careful so that we don't have ourselves in the sight of Chocobo. So this is the first one, so it's very easy. So if you're very careful of Chocobo not looking at you, so we said that there are Chocobo with various capabilities, but it's coming to become more and more difficult. So when it becomes a rare Chocobo, it's going to be difficult. But even if you fail, you can retry. So there's no penalty. So I want you to make a lot of opportunities. So you want to move when Chocobo's not looking. And where you see it over there is Pico, is the Chocobo you want to catch this time around. It's very careful. It's hiding. But I think they will realize it's very good to detect. So in those cases, very cute, but staring at you, right? So in this case, you want to throw a stone so that you're able to divert the view and capture during those times. So by throwing a stone, you're able to divert the view. So this is the opportunity. So during this opportunity, you go and you get on, you get on. And this is like when a cat feels safe when you grab, Chocobo feels a sense, and then you can become very close with Chocobo and able to utilize Chocobo because you have this bond, you have this trust relationship. Oh, and you can provide the Giza green. And as you explore the world map, you will be utilizing Chocobo quite a lot, not just riding, but it has various parts. And you're able to customize various things, so you're able to customize the Chocobo and create your own Chocobo as you explore the world map. So cute. You feel like this sense of affinity. Red 13 seems to be very wary. So I think they might be feeling something. So Chocobo is a bit hungry, so he's going to go back to the branch. So it looks very happy. So he's come back. So as you just saw, the world is vast, which I think we've been conveyed. So going back to Chocobo's branch, going back to where you come is a bit of a troublesome. But for those places that you've visited before, you can register that as a fast track. So very fast action. So I want you to utilize this fast track function. And over there, you see Chocobo already back in the ranch. Yes, Chocobo's back. This time, Chocobo wants to capture you ride and then you go to exploration, but this is the first Chocobo, so it's a tutorial. So this time we've had the Chocobo to come back to the ranch to provide various lecture. So we're going to prepare, so the old green Chocobo green is saying, please wait. So utilizing this time, we want to showcase some of the elements of the exploration of world map whilst we wait for Chocobo to finish eating. So we're going to go out. And then... Oh, wow. It's Chadley. Chadley. Have you forgotten me? With those cute eyes? If you say, I don't remember you, Chadley will sleep. But of course, we remember Chadley. And of course, all of you would remember Chadley. But in the previous, in the combat intel, we provided, and by accomplishing that, it came up with something. So Cloud was prompted, so said that Chadley said, I want to go to the world map. So he's now made his research to world map. So by exploring the world map and from the knowledge that you've developed, you're able to develop the material. So basically he's saying that, let's cooperate together. So I think Chadley has a story of his own. So he wants to this is a very important element to explore the world map. He's saying that Shinla, the old Remno wave tower, are in the world map that are not utilized, but by utilizing that, Chadley will be able to explore the world map. So activating various communication towers, able to expand the areas he is able to explore, and he's saying that let's expand this world map. So it's a game to explore the world map, and that is his intention, and Cloud also follows on that too. So the Remno Wave Tower, we're going to initiate that. So he's saying it's very close by, over there. It's just there. So it's better just you go there yourself because it's so close. So the world is going to be in your hands. But the first, he's saying, let's do it together. So let's initiate the first one or activate the first one. So like this. So Chadley is in the world map. So we've given him a new uniform like a Boy Scout costume. So as you can see, under the Remno Wave Tower, there's the activation terminal. So this is by putting in the module that was received earlier, the Remnant Wave Tower will be activated. So we've been very careful with the mechanics here. So this has the fantasy elements and the light elements, which is the Final Fantasy VII. Wow, it's really good for my heart, I suppose. So by activating the Remnant Wave Tower, the world map close to the Remnant Wave Tower, you're able to detect, and Chadley knows where they want to explore or investigate. So like this. So Chadley is searching, investigating, and then, as you can see, on the area maps, the area Chadley wants you to investigate will appear. And by initiating these requests and executing that, you're able to develop various materia, which is the objective cloud and Chadley. So currently we're going to activate the Remnant Wave, and we've done some analysis. So let us develop one materia. So let us develop a materia. So you're able to develop various materia, but from where you want to develop, the user is able to choose. So there's various things. So you're able to develop and select the one that she wants to use, like this. So there are various materials you've never come across. So there are very convenient material. Oh, very interesting. Noda-san loves material. I love material. So Chadley's request, there were a couple. So let us try one. So it's around 800 meters difference. So from Calm to Chocobo Ranch, it was 1 kilometer. So I think it's roughly the same distance. But now Chocobo's ready. We're going to ride on Chocobo and see how convenient Chocobo is. Okay, we're going to ride on Chocobo and go to the place, go to our destination. That one, that Pico, right? Pico is ready. So we're going to whistle. Oh, Pico's Pico's come. So Red 13 too. So that's Red 13, right? They're riding. Red 13's riding. Wow. So as you can see, Chocobo's running. Sometimes Chocobo realizes, detects something. So from the smell, if you smell, the wild rabbit has the tendency of digging or putting something on the ground. So if Chocobo makes a response, I want you to proactively use Chocobo. So Chocobo, you don't want to capture a wild rabbit. So very cute, huh? That's the Moogle house. Moogle house. Did you realize? It's Moogle house. I loved Gold Saucer, so I don't have time, so we have to skip here. They could give you a bit of a medal, right? So as we proceed, very quick. And this time, the combat request of Chadley will be conducting, but normally there are various like mini games and the story to analyze and to be able to solve the mystery. It's really vast, but due to time this time around, we will be explaining the one with the combat. So we've arrived.
Chocobo is very helpful, it's so quick. And you can see the monster a guide system will give you an explanation on each monster's enemies. You can see the explanation of the monster, why the monster lives in this place, and what kind, how they live in this area. It's like explanation at the zoo. So it's like audio guide. And it's not the key tips for combat. The world map content of Chadley is not something that you let players to grow and increase levels, but rather we wanted to create a story behind all of the elements in the world. It's not that you are just fighting and defeating enemies, but I'd like you to know the details about each monster and how they live. That is something we created in this content, and then you can combat them. So it's like a well-created a living environment. And here you can see very strong monsters. And a trial play, you can battle with this monster, but you should be well prepared, or you'll be killed, beaten by these monsters. They are so strong and powerful. And here I'd like to talk about synergy ability. Is different from synergy skills. You should charge the gauge and consume the gauge to use that synergy ability. How you can charge the synergy gauge? When you consume ATB gauge, then you can charge the synergy gauge. So when you use ATB more and more, then you can increase and charge synergy gauge. So you should consume ATB gauge. And by doing so, you can use the synergy ability. And if you'd like to show the synergy ability between Cloud and Red 13, and then you need to increase the synergy gauge of both characters, Cloud and Red 13. So I should switch characters and increase the gauge. So switching characters would lead to better battles. That is something we'd like to highlight. You should not use just one character, but you'd like to charge synergy gauge, switching characters, and then you can use move. In the previous title, you can just use Cloud only, but in this title, you can use various characters, and in doing so, you can utilize synergy ability, which will be good for playing this game. You can see the gauge is charged and is on the increase. I'd like to release the synergy ability. They are so strong, we see the life point HP is on the decrease. I think you should cure yourself. Yes, let us cure ourselves, be ready, and after this attack, we'd like to use the synergy ability. No. So invincible. Aerith is creating magic. Yes, okay. Then chain ability. This is a synergy ability, and we are going to use a savage assault. So cool. This is so cool. Yes, this special move, synergy, is so fantastic, and each character offers various synergy abilities, so please learn them and use them to the extent possible. There's every combination, every character, right? Yes, that is correct. And that is the explanation of the map, the world of the world intel of the Tatooine. And you can see the map is so big, so large. There are so many unexplored areas. And this time, some of you may know, you can play a mercenary quest. Mercenary quest, there are so many people in need. You can start quests. When you go to cities, you can start various quests. You can see some green icons on top of some of the people, and then you can talk to them, and they will ask some quests to you. And this one is the governor of Calm. There's a Mako Tank in Calm, but they are in short of Mako from Mako Tank. They are in worry, but I will ignore him because I don't have time. Like, this is Calm. Yes, you can see this is Calm. Calm, it is so fantastic. You can see so many people living here. And as you are walking around in the city, it's difficult to identify who's in need. It's cumbersome for some people. And in this world, you have very nice functions. You don't have to go around. There's a notice board at the city where people will give notice on quests. So as you can see this is the notice board. When you see notice board, you can see some quests or requests on the board. So from here, you can start quests. It's so helpful. So, just an example, I'd like to pick this one that is Livestock Day. This is the quest. You can start initiating the quest, or you can do several tasks in parallel as you move forward in the story. It's not that the tasks would be discontinued. You can just continuously receive quests as many as possible, and you can complete tasks as you'd like. I see. Now, in this quest, as time is limited, I'm going to use fast travel, where I've never visited, but you need to go to that place to use fast travel in the original game. And this is the person who's in need and the client. In this quest, maybe we need to dig deep about these characters, or they make some requests to solve problems for them. So by finishing various quests, you can learn many things about this world. So in the original, I skipped or I went through without doing anything, but no, Calm is the first place you go to in this title, so you can do many things, not just characters. Together with Cloud, there's some character playing the major role. In this quest, Red 13 is with Cloud. So Cloud plus someone from your party will play mercenary, and by doing so you can build trust and better relationship with Cloud, and you can imagine how that will play out in the later part of the game. And then the livestock was attacked by some monsters, and Cloud was asked to do some investigation. The Red 13 is so excited to look into the scene. Red 13 is so in a hurry. He's like a dog chasing sheep. He's so motivated. And when you look into this place, you can see the story will unfold. In Red 13 says it's been several days since the enemy attacked here. He's so demotivated after finding that out. And Cloud says that we should rely on Chocobo. And Chocobo in this world has a very good sense of smell, and better than Red 13. Not just wandering around the world map, but also there are so many quests and you can problem solve with Chocobos. And Red 13 does not like Chocobo will overtake his ability, but when you scent on the Chocobo, then you can track the scent path. Red 13 says, well, I can track this out. Red 13 is trying to compete against Chocobo. But when you lost the track of the scent, then you can smell again so that you can see the route of the scent. And when you follow this along, you can move to the next phases of the story. So Chocobo is very important, not just wandering around the map, but also various quests in the title.